According to Alex Jones and General Flynn, Donald Trump apparently and the Trump administration, they are threatening apparently some of their own supporters that may not be on board with them. You guys have got to hear this. Let's go ahead and jump right into it. The Patriot Voice says this is absolutely shocking and horrifying. According to Alex Jones, a source said that Dan Bongino said that many high-ranking officials in the Trump administration are looking to neutralize any opposition. Let's go ahead and get into the video. This is wild, fam.
They know you're the brain trust, and it's just true, from the agency you ran, the things you did, that understands foreign attacks, regime change, all the stuff your agency did, let's say the big teeth. They understand you've got the networks. They understand you have the intel. They understand you have the plan. That's so easy if we just have the will to implement it, and legally, lawfully, with the powers of the president. We're in a crisis to decapitate them legally and lawfully and lovingly, non-violently, but politically, it is the only move. And so they know you're doing that. So now you have confirmed, and I have confirmed separately. I didn't tell you. I should have called you back last night. I got a call from a big journalist. As I was driving home at 6 o'clock last night, and I can't say the person's name. And in fact, they didn't want me to even go there because they'll figure out who it is. But I don't know what I'm supposed to do at this point. Bongino calls up and wants us all to know he's coming after us. I mean, for what? I mean, so my point is that what you told me is they're literally up there wargaming, coming after you and me because we're and Steve Bannon basically, because we're the ones on air that actually know what we're doing. And so it was just like I had like electricity shoot up my spine when I learned this, and it didn't scare me; it pissed me off. So they see us as the enemy up there, and that shows how institutional it is that he wanted us to know that, but then I'm not supposed to talk about it. Again, I'm not even saying he's the enemy.
Yeah, this is where it's the point that it's getting to now, ladies and gentlemen. According to Dan Bongino, according to what Alex Jones heard from Dan Bongino, the Trump administration is looking to neutralize those who, I guess, supported Donald Trump, but are establishing some type of dissent. Right. So criticism. I disagree with Trump about this, and that. Now, hold on to that. That's kind of important, right? Like that's censorship. Right. But also, what do they mean by neutralize? You know, I mean, does that mean he's going to deplatform people that disagree with him? Alex Jones supports Donald Trump for the most part. He may disagree with him on some things, but for the most part, he supports him. But apparently, you know, Dan Bongino, he left his position in the FBI. And apparently now there's this call behind the scenes to Alex Jones to give, I guess, to give him and maybe others a heads up that the administration is going to try to take them down. These are the times we're living in, folks.
I mean, if that is seeped into his brain, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah. So, and you know what they also understand is that I'm not bought and paid for. I'm not, you know, and in fact, the interesting thing, and this is, and I'll just give you a little bit of tease here, right? I mean, they're again, this is not Mueller, you know, and the Mueller investigation. Again, this is this administration and people inside of this administration, not Trump. Trump doesn't know this. You know, maybe he'll learn about it. They're so arrogant.
They're wargaming to come after his key supporters in the damn White House.
They're targeting. These are people that are targeting my family again, my wife, my son, my ability to make an income. Right? I mean, this is out of control. And I'm going to tell you, that's why I'm being very public about it. And I don't want to be public about it. I was really trying to figure out how do I go about this.
Yeah, you were asking my advice, and I was flattered. Yeah. I said, "Sir, I'll defer to you." I mean,
yeah, because you got a big platform, and I've spoken to others who have big platforms, and because I don't have a platform. The platform I have is my background and my network, and basically the things that I do. And for some reason, it scares the shit out of them. And you know what? Too bad, because I'm not going to be afraid of them. But I'm going to tell you, I mean, they're digging up. They're trying to dig up dirt on my wife. I mean,
this is how crazy this is getting now, you guys. So General Mike Flynn says that they're trying to dig up information or dirt on his wife. Anyone, I guess, these people who supported Donald Trump in 2024, who are now being critical about maybe some of the foreign policy decisions or other things. Now people in the Trump administration apparently are trying to take those people down. This is mafia behavior. And look, Mike Flynn and Alex Jones, they're naming names. Now it's funny because just a couple of days ago, I made a video about Alex Jones, how it seemed like he got a call to go after Candace Owens because of the things that she's reporting about the, Charlie Kirk and Fort Huachuca and all that type of stuff. And he seems to be like, he got a call to be on a mission to kind of take her down now. Now it seems like someone trying to take him down. Karma is a bitch. Pardon my language. But you think about it. It is really kind of messed up when you look at it that way. He seemed like he was on a mission to try to take her down. He was calling her all kind of names, calling her out of her name, calling her the B word and all this type of stuff. And now some of the same people in his party and part of the Trump administration are trying to take him down. Funny how that works.
And this is not like making shit up here. This is for real.
Stay there, sir. We got to go to break. You'll have the floor. This is a big deal. And folks, this isn't about personal for Flynn or me. They're letting us know, and I'm not going to get into some of the stuff because I can't because of sources. They've been doing this for 3 months now, threatening me. Hey, you want to be friends or bad stuff's about to happen?
And I don't know who running this show in the background, but why do you guys play the music? I don't know. It's kind of weird to me. Like, why do you play the music when someone's still talking? Let me see if I can get back to. Sorry.
I can't because of sources. They've been doing this for 3 months now. I was telling General Flynn about Bongino saying, I'm coming after you through a media person. And I called other people. They said, call this person. I said, yeah, he's doing that. And then Flynn's like, yep, just happened here. Boom. I don't know. And we're not talking about Bongino. That's not even who is quarterbacking at the White House. An enemies list, opposition research, the DOJ investigating us right under Trump's nose. And so instead of just calling up Trump, because Flynn yesterday said, I can call him, but he goes, I agree with you, Alex. It's just best to put it out there for everybody's safety, to get the grassroots to know that this is the deep state trying to use the Trump admin arrogantly to point the Death Star at the people that understand how to actually defeat the globalists. Now I'm going to
see, it's always somebody else that's trying to do it. It's never Donald Trump, according to Alex Jones, right?
shut up. General, get into the latest developments, back in the 35,000-foot view, what they're doing, targeting you, where all this is going. And then obviously you want to rally the public into the committees of correspondence to understand that if Trump fails us, we're going to have to do this ourselves by our bootstraps, and we're not giving up. There's a global awakening. We're in the fourth turning. We have the initiative. I'm not trying to demoralize people here. We're just being honest with folks about the situation and the point in history.
Yeah, I mean, I want people to understand that, you know, our election, two things that Trump has to do. Trump has to correct our elections. He's got to fix our election system. If he doesn't do that in the next like 90 days, and I think 90 days is about it. Maybe I'll give him maybe 6 months because, but the primaries begin and our elections are going to be run through the old system, which everybody knows is totally broken and unfair. So he's got to fix the elections. It's the second thing that he must do, and this is part of that, is he has to begin to hold people that are running this revolution against our country accountable. You know, John Brennan, look at what they already screwed up with Jim Comey. That was a joke. I mean, so maybe there is something going on down in Florida, and I've heard that, and those are, maybe there's some good stuff, but this has got to happen. I mean, I've talked about Brennan, I've talked about Clapper, I've talked about, you know, Victoria Nuland, Avril Haines, Barack Obama. I mean, all these people. I mean, you know, the greatest crime, you know, committed in the, prior to maybe the Minnesota crime here that Devin Nunes actually highlighted while he was still chairman of the House Intel Committee was the unmasking of my name while I was the incoming national security advisor to the United States of America. No, he said that was the greatest crime committed in our history at that time. Nobody has ever been held accountable for that. And now we have not only one Trump administration, we're into our second Trump administration. In fact, I know nobody's even looking into that because it's so hard to break into the intelligence community. Even as great a work as Tulsi Gabbard is doing, she is still having a very, very difficult time breaking in. So, you know,
So everything's coming out in the open. And I guess because, you know, Dan Bongino's not there anymore, he felt free to reveal this information. But he mentioned Tulsi Gabbard. Like, we don't really see Tulsi Gabbard out there like much as before. Tulsi Gabbard has probably already been told to stay in her place as well. Because if you guys notice, you don't really see Tulsi out there like she was before, especially after the Epstein stuff, you know? So I don't know. What this shows you is that there's chaos within the administration. And I think this is also part of the reason why Marjorie Taylor Greene left. not just because of the threats that were towards her son and towards her as well. I also believe that she left because she saw that it was a sinking ship. I do. I think she realized, she looked around and she was like, yeah, this is they're going down like the Titanic, and I'm jumping off this mofo because I'm not going to be Rose or Leo. So I think that's what a big part of it is. But there's a lot of chaos that's happening. And usually these are the types of things that kind of stay behind the scenes and all of this information isn't coming out. But there are people who jumped the ship, who are revealing that information. I just did a video recently about the interview that Marjorie Taylor Greene had with the New York Times, where she went into a lot more detail than she did in that 60 Minutes interview. And she revealed a lot of things about like how she didn't appreciate what Trump said about at Charlie Kirk's memorial, other details about what Donald Trump said to her about the Epstein files as well, about his friends and things like that. Like it's a sinking ship. So some people see, might as well cut your losses now and get out while you can before it gets worse, and maybe have another career opportunity doing something else. And so I feel like there seems to be more public chaos in the Trump administration this time around than it was in 2016. Let's continue on a little bit more.
The system to work for not only her, but for the president of the United States. But I'm just going to read a couple of little things here, because this is what really got my goat. And boy, I'm telling you, I am livid about this shit. I'm done.
Let's be clear. You're the guy the main brain trusts. It's a fact. They targeted you day one of the first admin. You were target number one because you're the only guy that knew how everything worked. And so the fact that they're lasing you, people that don't know the military term, the fact that they're spotlighting for the aircraft, to target and drop the bombs, the fact that they've lit you up, and I know they've been lighting me up now, means that they've got a plan and are moving. This is key intel. So tell us what's happening to you and your family.
Right.
But Alex Jones, you kind of went along with what the Trump administration wanted to do. Like, Alex Jones is still pro-Israel, so he's in their camp with that. He came after Candace Owens, which is that's the pro-Trump administration thing to do right now. Everybody been sent a signal to take her down. They came after you anyway. That's my point. Even when you do what they want you to do, once they see they have no use for you, or maybe if there's just a slight criticism, they're done with you. It's the mafia style.
I mean, what got me too is the last couple of weeks, there's been like nasty news articles about me. And I'm like, wondering what the hell, why are they coming after me with all the other shit, all the other things going on, in the country and the world. They got these, like a Washington Post, New York Times articles, right? So, and I'm going to read something. And in the case of Flynn, it would soon come out that he had taken, quote, dirty money, unquote. And I'm thinking to myself, really? Seriously? Okay, where is it? What is it? Because the one thing, as I just said earlier, that they also understand is I'm not somebody that has bought and paid for. I don't work for a country. I don't work for some, I do work. I do bust my ass to earn, the kind of living that I have.
You work for America. Everybody knows.
Exactly,
if you were in a NASCAR, there's one decal on it, and it's the American flag.
Yeah, I didn't spend over 33 years of my life in the military, 5 of those years in direct combat operations, and all these other assholes, excuse my Irish, that are out there that have no friggin' idea, these digital warriors, that are down in their basements. I know that there's good digital soldiers. There are influencers out there that are working hard and they're trying to expose the right things, but there's also these idiots out there that say things and they don't have a clue what they're saying. So, but that bothers me less than what I believe President Donald J. Trump needs to do going forward, and I am going to talk about that. I'm reading from a report.
Yeah, he seems pretty flustered and pretty nervous. So what we're seeing is, again, I don't have to go into all of this, but what you guys are seeing is, yeah, it seems like a betrayal. Again, I'll go to the statement here. The second Trump administration is operating like a ruthless Bolshevik mafioso machine, shutting down any dissidents who are even on the same side as Trump. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is actually worse than the Biden administration. Again, this is crazy, right? Listen to it. Regardless about whatever you think about who or what, this is a horrific precedent being set where our government can literally come after anyone because we are using our First Amendment rights. And that's the big part I think we need to take away from this, right? I just created a video a couple days ago about how Instagram, they kicked Brianna Joy Gray off Instagram. They closed her account. I mean, it's happening all over. And you see the Trump administration now is even willing to go after their own. See, first it was just they're just coming after us. They're just coming after the left. Now you see they're starting to come after their own. And so I hope what this teaches people is that hopefully along the way, I do think this could happen someday, that we can build a coalition in this country that is anti-war, anti-imperialist, anti-corruption. And I think these are pretty popular points. And I think a lot of people would support that. Problem comes when you believe that one of those two parties is one of those things, because they're not. Something to think about. Hey guys, this was a Sabby clip. If you like what you saw, hit that like button and subscribe.